Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Good to see you. So today, um, today was one of those strange days. You know what I mean? Jenny, what is happening? I apologize. You're hating me right now. But today was one of those very strange days. The day started off by really squeezing the heck out of me, and it was a rough morning to mid afternoon. And then I remember sitting on the couch having a little lunch, like at, I don't know, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna start squeezing out of the day now. It ain't over yet, right? You can take the last round. You can take the round by the last 30 seconds in the round, right? So PK, what's going on? So I decided to start squeezing. So I got reproductive. I got stuff done. I did a skit. I posted my post. I'm doing a live. I did a couple other things that I got done. So it ended up pretty decent, but it started rough a little bit. So anyway, the thing is, you can always turn it around. You can try. You can definitely do your best at turning things around, right? And just end the day at least on a high note. So with that, today, actually, PK reminded me. Thank goodness, I hadn't even checked my emails, and today I let me think. I probably no, not probably. There are mm, there are two people, maybe three people that I really love their style of speaking and speaking on the stage and just co- co- communication skills on the stage. One of them you already know. You probably have guessed it already. I've exhausted your head with it. Ray Higdon, right? He's freaking amazing. But the other one, you may not have heard me talk about him a lot. I have talked about him a few times, but maybe not as often as I do with Ray. But his name is Vin Zhong. It's Gian. Zhong. Yeah, I think. But you can find him on Instagram with Ask Vin, and it's VINH. The guy is so money, dude. I mean, the guy is so money. He is beyond good in teaching communication. That's what he does. He teaches communication, and he is, in my opinion, one of the best in the world. Like, he is solid stuff. Anyway, enough about Vin. But he today had a Zoom that he was teaching. He was teasing some communication skills, right? And then you could get his course and stuff. But I mean, there were so many things he dropped. I have tons of notes, right? So many things he dropped. But one of the things he talked about, and you may even have thought about this in your head, but never been able to kind of put it together and give it a identity, right? Or it may be completely new to you. Well, he tells a story of his really good friend, a childhood friend, right? College friends or high school friends or something. And he says that they were geeks, right? And they were geeks, and nobody would talk to them, and no girls would approach them, And I definitely know that feeling too. By the way, I was such a geek all the way in up to, wow, yeah, my third year in college, up to 1993. I was such a geek. That's a whole other life, maybe. But he was telling the story of his friend, and they were such a geek that they weren't hanging out with. They couldn't hang out with any like girls or guys or anybody. Just like they were geeks, right? And so they made this pact together not to talk to girls ever. They're like, you know what? That's it. We're not going to talk to girls. That's it. That's it. So one day they're taking this vacation or break or something like that, and they go away. If you're here live, drop a comment or something, so I know you're here live. It'd be nice to know who's here or not. So they go to this vacation, right? And Vin is in his room getting ready and stuff, and his friend is outside, right? He's outside. Vin comes out and he sees something that he says, you know what? I was just like so hurt. I was like, oh my god, that can't be my friend. That's like my best friend, right? And so he comes up and he sees that he his friend is sitting down with a bunch of girls, and he's playing his ukuleles, right? And he's so like hurt. He's all like, what is he doing? We had a pact that we're not gonna talk to girls. And it seemed like he's having a good time, and the girls are responding back and they're like enjoying his company, right? So you're right. It was in high school because he was a geek in high school. There's another story that he tells that you're right. It was HS high school. So he's all like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this is like my best friend. We made a pact. Like, we had a deal. We said we're not going to talk to girls. And he was enjoying it. Like, he was not a geek, right? He's all like, you know what? He was so pissed. He's all like, I'm not going to even go there. I'm just going to go and back in the room and go back to bed. So he was so pissed off. So he goes back in the room. He's all like, my goodness, dude, this is like my best friend. We're on a trip. So he goes back in the room, goes to bed, and in the morning he wakes up and he says that he looked around and his friend wasn't there. And he's all like, okay, so he's probably, still with the girls or stuff like that. And so he comes downstairs to go get breakfast. And he comes downstairs and he goes to get breakfast. And he sees his friend at a table without his ukuleles and sitting by himself, like back to his geek person. Like he was that person again. And he goes, that shocked me. That how could somebody go from one night to be so confident and have it all together and be himself to the next day and completely be a different person. So he says he thought about this and he came up with this idea. He goes, that's it. That's it. It was because he had his what? Ukuleles with him, and he was really good. Like he can play. So when he had his instrument and he was really good at playing, he could step out of that geeky world and really be able to attract people to himself because he has something that gives him what? Confidence. right? Hold it right there. I want to expand on that, but hold it right there. So Vin, I didn't know this about him, but I found out today that he's a magician as well, card tricks. So he starts doing this couple. Well, he did two card tricks, but he does this one card trick, right? Just blows your mind away. It's blown my mind away so much that I've been on YouTube trying to learn this trick. It just blew my mind, like literally, right? So, and he goes, my tool, he goes, with my cards, I could start a conversation anywhere. Like I could just go up to somebody and blow their mind with a card trick and be able to start a conversation. So my ukuleles, in his case, was his cards because he had his card tricks. And he tells another story. I don't want to elongate this thing too long, but PK, how did I do with the whole story without any notes? Pretty good, right? Yeah, his best friend's name was Kevin, and he had a Brad that made fun of him. And he said he had we all have a Brad in our lives, right? But his best friend's name was Kevin. Thank you, bro. I appreciate. And this was hours ago, guys. This was hours ago. So he goes, okay, well, he had the ukuleles, I have the cards, and he tells this other story that without this card, he goes up to this person and he reaches to it in his pocket and he sees he doesn't have his card. He's all like, oh my god, he's all like shaking. He gets all nervous. He goes back home. He's all like, I'm out of here. He like leaves. He doesn't even talk to anybody. He goes back. He goes, so I came up with this idea called contextual confidence, which means, and I love this. This is so powerful, you guys. Those of you who are still here, throw some. You love the shirt. This was my skit shirt, with the little thing. But yeah. So if you're still here, throw some comments, love, hate, what's the. So I know you're still here. So this powerful stuff. So he goes. This is he's got the two master class to teach more. But he says that he came up with this idea called contextual confidence. And what that means is that in the context, you guys pay real good attention here. This is so good. I can't do the justice like he does. I mean, he's a communicator, right? I can't do the justice like he tells the story, but I'm definitely going to try. So this contextual confidence is in the context of him having his cards, he would be confident. His friend, in the context of having his ukuleles and playing, he would be confident. Without those two, they wouldn't. So he comes up with this idea. He goes, well, how can I can't always have my playing cards with me, and he can't always have his ukuleles with him. There's places that you can't like play to start a conversation. That doesn't make sense, right? So what do you got to do to have this confidence to become something permanent within you, so that wherever you go, you take this confidence with you? How freaking awesome is that, right? So he goes, and remember, he's a communication coach, one of the best, I really truly believe, on the planet. And he says, the one thing that I learned that would give me that confidence is that if I build my voice. He goes, we all have a voice. If we learn how to use our voice, this is the most powerful thing we have. So when we learn how to use the voice and communicate properly, then that confidence, that's going to become your contextual confidence, except that it's in the context of everything, because you're taking it with you everywhere, because it's from the within. It's not like a playing cards from the outside. So powerful, right? So that whole there may be something that you have that you feel like this is my contextual confidence. For me, I can usually crack a couple of good jokes. I can break the ice with a couple of witty on the spot jokes. Not like knock knock. No, it's on the spot kind of stuff. I can. That's my thing. I can usually do that. PK's seen it actually. PK's seen it in person. So I can. I think that's probably my contextual, and I've learned that I can carry that with me. Like I didn't know that before. Like I knew, it would work some places, but I never knew that I could just be me and just have that contextual just become like, a forever thing. Yeah, just being authentic and being yourself. You're developing these skills inside, right? You're not carrying that playing card around. The voice, the communication skills are all within. Those are not things that you're going to carry in books with you everywhere, right? When you learn those skills, they're going to be with you everywhere you go, whether you're on a stage, you're giving a grace at the table, you're with a couple of kids, it doesn't matter, because you learn those skills, and you can tailor it with your audience, which is so powerful, right? So Vin Zhong, it's Gian. I think that's the last name, but the first name is VINH, and you can find them on Instagram with at Ask Vin. He's money, dude. The guy is so money. So again, you may be thinking already right now, you know what? I do have this that that's my contextual, confidence. So I got to develop this other thing so that I can actually carry this confidence with me like everywhere, right? So look for that in your life. Vince Young. There you go. Giang. There's a G at the end. I forgot the G at the end. Yep. And so with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. Drop a couple of take. I mean, this was just like, this was a 2 hour, I think, Zoom or something like that. 1.5 hour, 2 hour Zoom. This is just like one takeaway. It was so good. But yeah, drop a takeaway or two down in the comments below. Don't be shy. Let this feed grow. Feel like this is worthy of sharing. Ask Vin, AskVINH. If you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Tag a couple people. Come on. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.